He reached out after I was drafted, and I recently just met him in the training room.
Any thoughts about him in just having a quarterback who has a good arm and can throw deep and sort of take advantage of your speed?
Yes, sir. He's a great player, and I really just can't wait to get out there on the field with him and just get our chemistry down and just get to work with him.
Danny, how can you just kind of summarize how your speed translates to the football field and makes you such a valuable weapon?
Well, I'm elite in open space, so I could turn the speed on at any time. So on the field, it's natural. My speed is natural. It's just there, and you see it through everything I do on the field.
If you had the option between these two, catch a short pass and take it to the house for a touchdown, or catch a deep pass for a touchdown, what do you think most exemplifies you as a player?
I'm going deep. I'm taking the top off the defense.
How long do you think it'll take you to kind of get into the NFL game and learn defensive backs and be able to do that?
Not long. Not long if I just do what I came here to do my job, study the playbook, stay in the film room. It's not going to take me long.
Have you gotten a chance to look at that playbook yet?
Yes, sir. Me and the receivers coach, we've been in the playbook pretty good, so I'm learning it. I'm getting everything down, and just can't wait to put it all together.
The yards after the catch were pretty impressive in college. Is that just a mentality you have, or is it just the speed? What is it? Is it just the speed, or is it mentality of trying to break tackle? Or what leads to that?
Well, it's just something I was taught here down hard work. So whenever I touch the ball, I try to make a play, go score a touchdown. So it was just something that was always drilled in me since I was a little kid.
You know how much of an importance have you heard how much of an importance they put on that here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
They talked to you about that?
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Have they talked about blocking at the receiver position here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Blocking is a big part of the game. No block, no rock.
How much contact have you had with the wide receiver coach, Leonard Hankerson?
A little bit. After I got drafted, we started doing a little bit of Zoom meetings, so I had a little bit of contact with him.
Trey Lance has a pretty strong arm. Will he be able to overthrow you?
We just gotta wait till we get out on the field and see.
I mean, do you take pride in that, like making a strong arm guy use all of his arm to get you down the field?
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Could you?
Most looking forward to tomorrow, getting on the field, putting the uniform on?
Yes, sir. It's gonna feel like a dream come true, really. Just to be out there in the NFL uniform, on the NFL field, on the NFL practice field. So it's just gonna feel like a great moment, a moment I can't explain.
Have you spent much time in California, and is there anything you're looking forward to?
I have not spent a lot of time out here, but I came out here on the top 30 visit. So with that one was pretty good. It was great feeling to be out here, and I'm just glad to be home again.
Beyond just throwing deep, Trey Lance throws hard. He throws really hard. How much experience do you have catching velocity like that?
Well, I worked out with Colin Kaepernick, so he has kind of like a bazooka too. So that workout was pretty great. So I think I'm up for the task.
How many times you work out with Colin?
Once.
And where was that?
That was out in Dallas.
And so, just what was your impression of working out with him?
It was a great impression working out with a Super Bowl quarterback. Great quarterback at that. So it was a surreal moment for me, really.
How did you view him, just even beyond being a quarterback? I mean, he, became kind of he transcended sports, and I guess still does. Were you in awe of him, or did you have a chance to really talk to him about stuff outside of football?
We didn't really have a chance to chop it up, but I just knew that he was a great dude, and he's a legend in my book. So,
How did that come about that you would show up for a workout with him?
So my trainer, David Robinson, he had him come out. Well, Colin Kaepernick actually texted him on Twitter that he was gonna come and work out with the guys. So that's just how I knew. And
Who were the other wideouts, the other pass catchers that day?
Jalen Rager, you had Jahan Dotson, and a few more guys.
Are you faster than Rager?
I would say I get them, most definitely.
Dan, can you give us a little description of your track background, and did you have aspirations on pursuing that further, growing up at least?
Growing up, I've been running track ever since I was in elementary. So my track record was just, everyone knew I was fast. I never thought about pursuing a career in track, but so I won the state open 100. I won that with like a 10-4, and I won the 4x1
Was that your senior year in high school or earlier?
junior.
Junior year? And then were you thinking about Olympics, or
No, sir.
but you were thinking about the NFL?
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Going back to the velocity of catching those passes from Kaepernick and soon to be Trey Lance, do you have to do something different? Is there something you have to, a mindset, or just how you can receive those balls to not make it, as painful on your hands, or just, get your hands soft to be able to handle those?
It's really just focusing on watching the ball in and having strong hands, really.
When you go back through the past several years, first at Blinn College and then to SMU, now to being drafted, what part of your game do you think developed the most over your entire college experience from high school to now?
I would just say getting in the open space and just showing what I can do with the ball in my hands, really.
What was your journey like going through the JUCO, route to get to the NFL, and what does it mean to you now to be at this point?
It was a tough moment in my life. Kind of felt like a failure at the time, knowing that I was an unqualified coming out of high school. So it kind of hurted me a little bit. Felt like I let my mom down, my family and friends, but it made me a stronger person. It made me a stronger player, and it made me to really just never be satisfied. I always try to be great in whatever you do.
Have you watched much of Kyle Shanahan's offense, and do you sort of have a vision as to how you fit in it?
Yes, sir. I love his offense. Matter of fact, I love the way he used Debo. I love the way he used all of the guys on the offense. So I think that I'll fit in pretty good here.
Are you a natural X?
Yes, sir.
And can you play? Will that be the first position you learn? But do you expect to be all over the formation at some point?
Me, honestly, I expect to be wherever he wants me to be.
A lot of guys who are fast and have a track background are not known for wanting to get hit. I'm sure you don't want to get blasted over the middle, but you have a reputation for not shying away from that. Where does I guess that toughness come from? Was that a coach who instilled that in you, or just okay, you got to be a football player, you're just not like a fast guy?
So growing up, my uncle Kendrick Barron, he was my coach when I first started playing football when I was 5 years old. So he always drilled in my head down, hard work. No matter what, go be the toughest guy on the field. And so I'm gonna take it back a little bit. So one game I had came out, I had a bloody nose. I had hit my nose real hard, and he just told me hey, blow it out, get back out there, go be tough, go be you. So it's kind of my mindset I have every time I touch the field.
How old were you when that happened?
I was about 7, 8 years old. Yes, sir.
Is that how you treat bloody noses all the time?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
Great.